Welcome back. I'm now joined by Dave Keach with DK Self-Defense. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me back.
You're welcome. So kids are about to go back to school, and school's about to start, and school shootings are a major thing here in the United States, unfortunately. So today I think we're going to do something a little different. We're going to sit down and have a discussion.
Chairs out, yeah.
Because preparing for a school shooting is more of a mental preparation, I guess.
Sure.
So what's the first thing people should be, how should they be preparing for this?
Well, really, it's not much different than any other self-defense situation. If you've prepared for it, if you've thought about it, then you're better than if you haven't. So just that mugging, that someone comes up with a knife and give me your wallet. If you've never thought what to do, you're going to panic, you're going to freeze.
Right.
So whether it's like a shooting situation, a self-defense situation, it's all the same. You've got to prepare for it. You've got to think about it. Our brain looks for, when something stressful happens, it looks for something to do. Do I run? Do I fight? What do I do? And it looks for a memory. If it can't find a memory, then we sit there with the wheel spinning, just like the computer screen, and you freeze.
Yeah.
So preparing mentally allows you to have that memory that you're going to kind of switch to when something happens, whether that's run, whether that's hand over your wallet, whether that's fight, whatever it is. Your brain is looking for that memory, and then it's going to act.
And knowing your surroundings too, that's super important, right?
Sure, we should all do that anyway. You're at a restaurant, you should know that there's the exit to the kitchen. I came in that door over there. I know how to get out, whether it's a fire, whether it's that someone comes in to rob the place. The kind of the shooter comes in, the active shooter situation, whatever it is. If I know how to get out, that's the first thing I want to do, get away from the threat. Just get out of there. If I'm not there, then I don't have to do anything. I'm not a victim, I'm not a target. Get out as quick as I can.
So being aware, knowing the building that you're in, knowing where your exits are, that's all great preparation, but what if I'm in the room with somebody who has a gun? I mean, my gut reaction would be to run.
Exactly.
But
yes.
I mean, sometimes you can't, right?
No, if you're stuck in a room and you can't get out, there's not many of us that can outrun a bullet. They're pretty quick.
Right.
Even the slower ones are still quicker than I can run. So now you've got to look at, what do I do? Do you know the person? Can you try and talk to them? If they've already shot 3, 4, 5 people, your chance of talking them down is pretty slim. So now you've got to look at attacking them, actually defending yourself by taking the fight to them. They're going to be focused on the gun, they're going to be focused on trying to shoot, and that's pretty much what you have to look out for. If you can stay out of the way of the gun and then attack that person, whether it's a knife, whether it's a gun, it's an extension of them. So by kind of moving that out the way and then attacking them, there's a if it's a shotgun, if it's a long gun, the dangerous point is at the end. So if you're inside of that, you're inside of that danger.
And I mean, obviously rushing someone like with more people would be more effective, I would assume.
The more people you've got, the brain focuses on threats coming in, and that person is seeing you as a threat coming into them. If it's one of you rushing them and you're trying to attack them, they deal with one of you. If there's 5 of you attacking them, now they've got to deal with 5 different people. And it doesn't matter how good you are, how good you are at fighting, how many belts you've got around your waist.
Right.
If I've got 5 people coming at me, they're throwing hot coffee at me, they're trying to stab me with pencils, they're throwing chairs, they're screaming, they're shouting, they're kicking. My brain gets overloaded with everything coming on that I can't deal with all that at one time. So a group can overload one person pretty quickly.
Okay. And like you had mentioned earlier, these aren't just tips to be used in a school, any situation really, a mall, a church, a concert. And I know that Colorado is an open carry state.
Yes.
And I've seen quite a few people carrying guns around. What's the most important thing for people who do carry guns to know? Because, I mean, God forbid, but if you do have a gun, in a situation like that, that can be really useful.
Exactly.
So what should those people know?
There are reports of active shooters that have been stopped by citizens with handguns. The biggest thing is, if you're going to carry a gun, train on how to use it, and it's not take a class 10 years ago to get your concealed weapons permit and now that was all you've done. You've got to go out, you've got to keep practicing, you've got to go to some people that can help you with that, to deal with the stress. Trying to manipulate a firearm under stressful conditions. We've said before about how those fine motor skills disappear. A firearm is a fine motor skill.
Right.
So you've got to train to be able to use it. You've got to be confident to use it. You've got to be prepared to kill somebody. You're not going to shoot them in the leg. You're not going to shoot the gun out of their hand. This is not the TV. This is the real world you're in. And you're going to be shooting to kill somebody.
Right, and you've got to know how to react once police arrive on the scene, right?
Yes, when the police arrive, everyone is a suspect. The reports come in from all different people. The descriptions are all mixed up. So anyone with a gun in their hand especially is a suspect. So if you're there, you've helped to foil something that happened, you better make sure that gun goes down pretty quickly. You better make sure you follow all the instructions that you're given, because you're going to be seen as the threat. You may get shot. So you've got to be responsible for every round that comes out that gun. You don't want to shoot someone that's innocent. And the police don't want to shoot someone that's innocent. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with carrying that firearm.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and talking about that. And we'll have all that information on our web channel as well, westernslopenow.com.